Okay, now here is the, I guess, Junkrat review. I think for loadout, you being here isn't entirely effective. You know, not entirely. What I mean is, it's averagely effective. You want to either be in a place where you're super effective, or position yourself so that you can get to a place where you're super effective. In saying that, the place that I have in mind is here, where I'm shooting. You know, this area. If there's anyone in here, you'll be able to flush them out, and you know, that's pretty damn good. And at the same time, you can do all this, and if they've got a widow on the high ground, you can't do anything. So, for a loadout, I would probably say loadout from top spawn. You'll be able to... Boom. Yeah, so if they've got anyone here, this is particularly good. Purely because, you know, bounces off walls and such. And also, you've got a conch mine, so that's really, really helpful. Okay. So, the perk of doing that sort of rollout to here is that you're completely protected. If there is someone over here, then a lot of the time, you know, like if they're on high ground sniping, they're being super, super forward, which normally is, you would categorize as out of position, then you can wait for them, and then, you know, your Diva or your Orisa will probably figure out the rest of it. And then they'll move, and then you'll be able to progress forward. And the idea of being here and having this as a really, really damn good spot is that that goes in there. Okay, so if you're standing here, and so this is like a little bit of a practice thing. Okay, so if you're standing like in, let's say like in the middle of this width, standing like a little bit back so you don't get shot at as much, and you shoot, let's say you shoot directly at the R. It hits this wall, okay. So if you shoot a little bit, oh, that's weird. Bam! Okay, so I'm not trying to like micromanage the shots or anything like that, it's more just, I was interested. And the perk of being here, okay, so, perk of being here, you can use this cover, and this doorway, and therefore this mini, is just your bitch. Unless they have a tracer and she does that quick blink blink to get health, and then you can't really do anything unless you have a trap here. Can't you see that trap? Probably. It'd probably be better to put the trap here, of all places. Yeah, that'd be hard to see. Okay. Anyway, I digress. If a particularly helpful hint, if you're playing Junkrat, is people go like, oh, that's like useless, because you can see it, right? Because Junkrat traps don't abide by stairs, you know. Nice one. This is actually really helpful though. If they've got a tracer or something like that, this is really obvious. They will probably not be too confident in like doing this really sneaky walk past it if you put it in as central as possible. Like that is so neat. God damn. No one will feel comfortable walking past this. They'll have to shoot at it. In which case, that has already done its job. Like, yes, it hasn't trapped them, right? But it's a beacon. Like, the thing on your screen is showing, like on the right-hand side, there is literally a little symbol that shows when it's, you know, been destroyed or anything like that, and that's really helpful. So you've got this area shut down. You've got the area underneath you shut down, which is something that pretty much only Junkrat can do. You've got this top area shut down while still being able to peek. And so, pretty soon, if they have, you know, something here, like I've seen people run shields here sometimes, like it's really weird. But the downside of having shields up high is that if you've got a Hanzo that is on the payload and you've got a Junkrat that's here, they will 100% of the time hit the shield, and that shield's going to get fucked, and then their positioning is going to be rooted. And so, ooh, never seen that before. That's cool. Oh, it's the pirate skin. Okay. Right. So I think the aim here as Junkrat is probably to go in tandem with your D.Va. So D.Va's going to be up here, and she's going to be providing... video, Robbie. Okay, so if your D.Va's here, she's going to be defense matrixing anything like an Orisa right click from, you know, drowning your teammates, all that sort of stuff. And so she'll be here, and you'll be on the other side. And this creates like a perfect, you know, from this view, it's like the perfect 1-2 of covering high grounds. And in saying that, you're also covering a flank, she's covering a flank, and then you're both putting pressure on the enemy to vacate this high ground here, which is your aim. So say if you've got this, doing a jump across like that is probably a little bit dangerous. So, save a shooting. Yeah, still a bit dangerous. Just like along the lines of what if they have, you know, a widow. Yeah, I don't think there's much in the way of ooh, actually one thing that you could do. Ooh, Bright Day's here. Oh, shit. Okay. You'll be able to jump across, get this high ground. Oh, this is irritating. You'll be able to jump across, get this high ground, and that's particularly helpful in that you'll be able to... Will you be able to damage? No, it's a bit too weird of a shape. No, it didn't do anything. Being able to provide this is probably the safest spot for you. You know, if you're here, you're providing that damage, which is only first bounce damage to a Rhine shield, which is pretty damn good. Or alternatively, if you're not as pressured, then you'll be able to shoot down on people from here, and still be able to use this as yeah, neat. And so, okay, that's this stage cleared. I guess the next point, let's say you get a team kill, or you know, they're only like 1v5ing or 1v6ing or something like that right now, is you'll be able to get to this point here. And like I said before, the D.Va will also be here. And this is a particularly good spot, purely because you can do the same fucking shit again, where you put your trap there. Oh, except this time it's actually a little bit harder to see. That is quite a bit harder to see. Okay. That's really good. So you'll be able to be up here pretty much scot-free unless there's a Genji or something, but still, that's very helpful. You'll be able to flush them out of this position if they're still there. If they're over here, you can just be that spam rat and irritate them that way. Or you can, standing here probably wouldn't be that helpful, purely because as soon as they have like a Genji or something, you're sort of screwed, because you don't have that mobile of a getaway, or that instant of a getaway. It's very mobile, as you can see. So this high ground will be particularly helpful. You know, if they've got something set up here, you can also utilize the shadows so that the enemy gets wrecked. probably put it in the doorway. That'd be good. And you'll be able to just do anything from here. Okay, so save capped this next point that's underneath. Save capped here. Bang, bang. This is not as friendly of a Junkrat spot or Junkrat part of the map, purely because it's so open. Less walls, but the good part of it is that you can practice where those land and you can just sort of make the ricochet shots, and that's really helpful. Or you can just do the directs. Direct would probably be a bit more. Oh, I was gonna hit. Fuck. Okay, so you'll be able to also use this spot here. If they have a Widow that's peeking from here, or you know, someone that's sort of making their way, then you'll be able to utilize your tank line and probably play like a bit more of a frontliney Junkrat. And then at this point, I'm sort of leaning towards thinking that using this spot is ridiculously good. You've got your damage here. You've got that doorway damage. If you don't hit that light, in which case it'll bounce off weird. And then you've basically secured all flanks as Junkrat. So you got this one, you got this one, and then in the rarer case you've got this one. And this is particularly helpful. Say if your team is having a bit more trouble, then this isn't as good, purely because you're subjecting yourself to a fairly predictable line of sight, which if they have a Widow, you're fucked. If they have a McCree, sort of fucked. If they have a Hanzo, you're fucked. And then moving along to... yeah, so say you've just gotten underneath this bridge. You want to stay here? I would say so. Putting a trap there is, again, infinitely helpful, because now I can see this doorway. Like, that's I think the broken thing about Junkrat, you know. I can't see this doorway, but I can see this doorway, because they're going to have to walk through that. If there's a Tracer, they're still going to have to walk through it. The only difference is if they're playing Sombra, and they go Translocator, and then instantly teleport to here. Like, it's obvious, because you can hear that shit. So this is a really good spot for Junkrat. If you set it up right, put your trap, set it up, bang, 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 and then you instantly force this, I guess, you force them to go back to the next corner. Do you want to... no. That's pretty fucking average. Just testing this out. Okay, it goes a bit over. Ah, fucking idiot. Okay, that still isn't really that bad. So if you're shooting them here... oh, idiot Robbie. Yeah, that is ridiculously helpful. As soon as you have that, they're fucked. You've secured this high ground without looking at the stairs at all. At the same time, you've got access to the health pack, blah 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 blah, and that is really useful. Is this a particularly helpful area? No, wouldn't say so. As Junkrat here, you'd probably want to be front lining a bit more once the payload gets to about here. You'd probably want to be a bit more front liney, purely because you might have your off tank here, your diva here, and you'll be able to lock this down and still be able to secure some damage. This is a really good shot. This shot here. Bam. Is that... Damn, that hits in the doorway, but if you hit it from here, it hits them. Kinda. Yeah, so you want to play a bit more of a frontliney, and the idea of this is that at this point they're sort of fucked and they're horribly, horribly relying on their shield to not fuck up. If you fuck up their shield before they fuck up yours, you've essentially won this fight, and then you just have to clean it up, which if you're playing Junkrat, it's kinda easy. Okay, sorry. You've got this point. Can you jump over that actually? Oh, it's not relevant. It's kind of useless. Oh, that actually could be useful. Don't need someone to test with, idiot. I need a team. Please, team, be there. Save is kept this point. Press shift, idiot. Dang, this is really helpful. Playing junk on this particular bit. I'm leaning towards thinking that as junk, oh, he's gone, whatever. This is a good spot, I would say. Or I'm leaning towards thinking. No. Bam, that's the money shot. Okay, so, and the reason I'm like testing these is because you want to be able to set up a crossfire, but at the same time, the perk of playing Junkrat is, or a perk of playing Junkrat, is that you can set up a crossfire and not be standing in the doorway to do so. You don't need to be clicking heads or anything like that. If you're here, the only people you need to worry about is someone coming from here, in which case, walk backwards. You have grenades that like linger in doorways. Oh. Yeah, bang. And the perk of that, you are the indoors master. Okay, so this has me leaning towards thinking that this entire right side is Junkrat's forte. You know, you're able to get into this zone, and this entire enclosed space of an area, like, it's just heaven. And it also provides me with enough sort of... Ooh, wait, does it actually provide you with recon capability? No, not really. But it's a really good space for Junkrat, so use this right side. And then once you've gotten this, you have access to the rest of your team. Someone would be absolutely stupid to sort of poke at you through here. Or, you know, if there was a brig or something like that, it'd just be absolutely stupid for her to jump in. Because you can just, bam, and then you're back with your team. Easy. So this colonnade is your space. Well, this is the colonnade. This is an arcade. I'm an architecture student. And then you'll be able to secure this flank, which is ridiculously helpful because the aim is to not only push the payload, but to secure the flanks, and then securing the flanks makes pushing the payload so much easier. And once you've secured the flanks, pushing the payload... the reason why securing the flanks makes pushing the payload so much easier is that if there is someone on the payload, you have a crossfire. Say if there's someone at blue over there, and you're here, you know, while you're still fending people off here, you can hit like an occasional shot or whatever. If you see an opportunity to hurt their front line, this would be good. Yeah. And then once you've done that, then you are pretty much good. No. Okay, now back at spawn. Okay, that's that.